Hello gamers and welcome to another Steel Division League matchup in Season 12. We are back in Division 5 and it's the match between Royal Musketeer against, between Royal Musketeer and Zol Midura, Division 5 Group C. I picked the game because Zol Midura plays 28th Jäger and I'm a Jäger, so I wanted to pick the game. But I'm not biased for the outcome of the game. And we see Royal Musketeer playing 6th Airborne Maverick. He will play against Zol Midura's 28th Jäger on balanced income. 6th Airborne currently quite good. It's a very aggressive division. It used to be super OP. It's not that OP anymore. The reason for it being so OP was that the tiny little cars were even more powerful than they are now, the clown cars, and also the power of the off map. But the off maps have been nerfed, twice nerfed in particular. So it lost some of its appeal, but then again, infantry is good. You get Piats. I think Piats are good because of the 200 meter range. Rack and Tab, nothing really out of the ordinary. The Pathfinders are a really cool unit that can sneak around and do some CQC as well. And then he's got the clown cars. Air landing, very cheap, 7 men only, but they've got the Piat and it's only 20 points. High availability, I think they're pretty good. Lots of paratroopers, obviously. Lots of upvetting, including double vets. He also double vets the Grenadier Voltigeur. It's only a 4-man squad and it's a leader unit, so I'm not quite sure why you would want to double vet it. Maybe to have more time to smoke. I don't know. I think I'd go for the availability here for the leader. Other than that, lots of double vetting even, which is good for this division. And Piats here, everywhere. Piats CQC, good mixture. Tank tab is a bit bad, but that's the division. We get the Tetrarch, double vetted, Crumble, double vetted in B phase. And yeah, the Challenger is only available in C phase. Support tab, Flamers, very good. The Vickers, the very good Howitzer. And supplies in B phase. AT tab, 6 pounders in A and B phase, 17 pounders in B phase. One card of 17 pounders is even up-vetted, increasing its rate of fire quite a bit. Good choices. Also, he could have gone for the puck, but it's only 1 in A phase, so it's not really worth it. And he has enough Piats, so he doesn't need a Piat trooper. AA, a bit shit in this division. The Polston and the Tree Polston. Personally, I would have possibly gone for this Polston in A phase. Oh no, you can't. Okay, it's phase locked. I wanted to say because it's mobile. Yeah, but this is not the strength. At least it gets in quick. Unvetted, it won't do much, but he does have fighters as well. Radio motor, single vetted, forced single vetted. Howitzers, they can be really good. 25 pounders can actually be quite good as well. And then the Centaur, that's a beast. They can be used for direct fire as well. There's no off map. Air tab, the Mosquito. Really cool, fast plane. It's hard to shoot down. Tempest in A phase. They've got the light payload with it, but it's actually a very good light payload. And light payload means they take less time to reload, which is good. When we see the Typhoons, they will be helpful against A phase and B phase, unvetted. They will be really helpful against the Slooks, and then a Tempest. We dropped on the Jägers. Let's take a look at the 28th Jäger. Now, 28th Jäger used to be, back in the days, like an air spam division. It's not anymore, because air is not as good anymore. And the division also declined in value because of the infantry, which is a shame because 28th Jäger actually has really good infantry. Well, Jäger Jägers are very good infantry soldiers, or infantry dudes, grunts, and they can't do anything properly. The HMG is not good in the forest. The rest of the loadout is not good at range and it's only one MG42. So they are pretty shite, to be honest. But in the next, in the upcoming patch, so when you see this, it will be Tuesday. And on Tuesday, the new Nemesis DLC is released and there will be a patch. And the MP40 actually gets buffed. So that's pretty cool. In the Wrecking Tip, he brings the KFZ4 double-weighted, which I think doesn't really make sense. I mean, it's cheap, but it doesn't even have radio. I'm not sure what he's going to do with it. If you want the unit, you can also bring it with the Spätrupp. You can get the Kübel MG, which is kind of like, yeah, kind of like the same, more or less. It's one MG less, but yeah, I don't think this is a good pick. The BMW, on the other hand, can be really helpful with the radio. Also faster. And he brings up-weighted Jäger Fusiliers and double-weighted Jäger Fusiliers in B phase, also Jäger Sharpshooters in A and B phase. They are not top of the crop, but they can also help fighting. Infantry tab, the Jäger, like I explained, this kind of jack of all trades, master of none before. The Sturmjäger does have the MP44s, so they are a bit better in town fights. The Jäger Pioneers throw their geballte Ladung 30 points. I thought, and normal Pioneers are, I think, 25 points. I think it's because of the G43s, I guess. Quite the pricey unit. More Sturmjägers in B phase, double-weighted Jäger Pioneers, unweighted in B phase, which is a good call because you get them to throw the grenade. But then again, upwetting doesn't cost too much. So here I think it goes to 4, yeah. So probably better upwet them in my opinion. And then in C phase we get the Jäger single-weighted and the Sturmjäger Möso. And that's new. While he was a platoon leader, I think. And a squad? Is it a squad? No, I think it's a platoon. And yeah, a while back, a couple of aces have been introduced for free into the game. A couple of additional aces, I should say. Tank tab, you get Stuks in A, B, and B phase. That one card is double-weighted in B phase. If you double-weight them, you only lose like 1, and here you lose 2. And he doesn't have much with regards to tanks, so I think maybe better double-weight. But he does have the 17-pounders. Against 17-pounders, he can use the IG-33s, double-weighted Jäger MGs in B phase, single-weighted in A phase, Jäger Flamm. And they are pretty unique in that they've got 2 flamethrowers, so they are pretty good. And then you get the Stu 42 assault gun, 2k range as well. Basically, it's an IG-33 in a tank in B phase. No leader play whatsoever. Panzerjägers, and then he brings one of the light vehicles here, light guns here, 75mm penetration. It's interesting that he brings the PAK-40 because it doesn't make sense. There's nothing that you need the PAK-40 to fight against, so it's not useful. Also 100mm penetration, you can argue for the, I think it was the Cromwells, 8 Cromwells. So I think like taking one of these here with the APCR maybe is enough. You don't need the PAK, or just take the PAK and not the PAK-38 and only bring that in B phase. Marder is a good unit, but it doesn't have space here. And the Panzerbüchse actually against 6th Airborne, 80mm penetration, only 3 damage, but still 2 hits are needed. High rate of fire. I think that could have been a viable pick. It would have been a better pick than having both of these plus this one, I think. AA, there's not much to write home about. Personally, I'd bring the Flak Feeling in A phase, maybe. It's tricky. This takes down planes. Yeah, it will be difficult for him to stop the air spam if it happens. Gebirgshowitzer, you can actually double vet in A phase. It's a really good tool, and I think it's worth double vetting it. Nebelwerfers are really good. The Nebelwerfer 42 comes with ammunition. Schwere Feldhaubitze also comes with ammunition. So there's not really a need for this Opel Blitz, I think. For the Gebirgshowitzer, maybe. Air Tab, this is here to take down cheap Recon vehicles, quite costly for that. Then the Focke-Wulf 198, very good fighter. And then you get a fighter, a bomber with a really bad loadout. But the good thing, and it's medium payload, so with the 8 bombs. Personally, I'd go for this one because it's reloads faster. And then 1 cut of bombers. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares against the light vehicle spam. Let's jump to the map. Alright, here we are on the battlefield. And actually it's game 2. It showed in a different order on the Discord when you downloaded the file. So the game that opened first was actually game 2 and not game 1. I think. So this is game 2. Not that it does make much of a difference, but here we go. On the left hand side we've got the Royal Musketeer playing with 6th Airborne. On the right hand side we've got the Zol Midura playing with 28th Jäger. Now on Siedlce, you have quite a few options and quite a lot of interesting areas where you can fight. Here in the south, Red will try to push into the forest here usually and grab this flag. And at the same time, Blue can try to push into this forest here and take this flag. But it's a bit harder to take. If you've got a CQC division, you will struggle less taking the blue flag, in my opinion. This is a bit in the open. You need to deploy here at the edge. Both is quite possible. And then you can really bully your opponent, threaten his resupply line, grab this flag as well, and threaten the resupply lines over here. Also from up here you can get some nice lines of sight into the town, so this is good for blue. But then again, this flag is difficult to hold. This flag is difficult to hold for red. There's a church, keep that in mind. This flag is really annoying to hold for blue if red walks around here a little bit, but this is difficult to hold for red if blue kind of pushes into this. If you have range tools, 2K range, it really pays off on this map. Same here, range is king, but you can also do lots of sneaky ambushes. You can walk your troops through the forest here, into this forest, move an AT gun here, get some nice side shots, if you can manage to micro all of that. So sometimes you get a push here on either of the flags. This sometimes gets pushed. There's a church here, bear that in mind. But also this can get pushed. And its flank is a bit protected by the forest. So yeah, lots of options here. Let's take a look. And Royal Musketeer is clearly going for this forest. He's also doing some sneaky play here. With which unit? With the Tetrarch. Yeah, he will try to get in some side shots. But this will move the front line. If he had used a Recon vehicle, it would not move the front line. Airborne deployment here in this building. Yeah, good deployment here. But if that dies, these flags will go, potentially. But you need to focus. Yeah, good deployment here as well. Bit aggressive. And then here in the north also. Good deployment here in the forest. And up here, actually yet another push. So he will cause some headache for Zol Midura, I think. 6-pounder, getting near, closing this down. if a Stück comes too close. So this is such an odd choice to bring this. I think I've kind of never seen this being played, the KFZ4. He's actually going aggressively with it, but yeah, that's not going to pay off. Puck 40 here to hold this down. Yeah, it's too expensive. You know, some cheap AT guns here and here would have done the trick as well. Defensive deployment here, not pushing anything. He will lose this flag potentially. This is the only kind of offensive deployment with the flamer here. Up here again, another Puck 40, quite expensive. This goes into the house. IG 18 moving here. Or does he unload here and then move the vehicle here? That's actually pretty cool. And yeah, 2 more pucks. Aggressive deployment here, but that's again, you know, with the vehicle here mainly. But we will see how it goes. Zol Midura is the balance player, so he actually wants to, or should want to, grab a flag against in a phase against a Maverick player. Let's see if he can achieve that. And we do see an early Recon plane here for Royal Musketeer and the Tempest. He really wants to win this, trying to take out the more important units. He's going for... No, he lost line of sight. Maybe. Okay, he just killed a shit unit, but better than nothing. Now it's important to switch off the APCR because it only does 3 damage. Plane goes down. To what? I think it just went down. We will need to take a look in the replay. In the statistics. Rikas and this doing a good job here. He will use the indirect fire, or maybe, yeah, it's just the HE that's being used now. It's all in range. Yeah, and this is not armored. It will go down to anything, basically. I really don't get it. MG42 did a good job. But theoretically could have done a good job, but it's actually pushed back. It's 12-12. But Royal Musketeer is pushing for this flag, and here the Jäger Flam would possibly not win against both of them. In particular, not if he micros them. Yeah, but this is a bit decisive. Only 1 Jäger left. And down it goes. And now this flag collapses, and this will drop soon as well, I fear, for Zol Midura. A Stück now coming, a Puck coming, but why? There's lots of AT weapons now positioned, but they are not really armored threats here, in particular not for those heavy lifting pack guns. This is a good move to trying to secure this, but it's a bit too aggressive. Ooh. This will fall victim to the Tetrarch, I fear. In the meantime, lots of fighting taking place in the central forest, but it won't end well for Zol Midura. Overwhelming forces, including commando trade. Yeah, and this front line will entirely collapse. In the north, it doesn't look much better. Some bad trades. The Jäger MG is not moving into position. It needs to be in this house. But there's also the howitzer, which is a problem. And we see the air spam. Light payload, low reload time. Really dangerous tool. but a good bomb loadout. 1410 or 1311 doesn't matter with regards to the tick. Stuck really needs to... Also does have heat, which means it doesn't scale at distance. So 90mm penetration can theoretically pen this. And they did for once already. No, it did not. It's just stressed. So Midura now needs to push up here. Tetrax are coming. Oh no, the howitzer killed at this range with the 90 penetration heat shells. Really tough for Musketeer. And another plane is coming. There's no AA, but lots of AT guns. No line of sight anymore. It's just a guess. Yeah, and it misses. First flak coming. Good call, good position here because he needs to push here. He needs to use this for indirect fire. He needs to move it forward. So he gets radio. This circle is his radio and the unit can use its own radio. Reinforcements coming, but they're going to come too late, I think. You can fall this back with R, it's the retreat button by default. Oh, good kill here. Here you can see those tiny guns can do something. And yeah, you lose less units or you take less damage when you retreat. I think 33%, but it used to be more. It's been nerfed. But yeah, this puck doesn't have a chance. Also the pulse near out now. Oh, we see the first Henschel. There's just no target for it. Good to push up here, but this is pinned down and yeah, he needs to kill it now. There are no targets. Yeah, here you can see the range. You know, this is within range. It will not win this. And the Sturmjägers won't save the day. (1311) only because Zol Midura now managed to take out the howitzer and that gave him the flag. So good move here. But lots of troops in here, the air landings and the Tetrax. Now the puck goes down to the Tempest, but there's now AA on the field. But one AA piece unvetted. Now this is actually single vetted, so it will be enough maybe. But it's not. Still no targets for the Henschel. Now howitzer coming in. I would have expected the howitzer to be positioned here to take out this blob. Because it's very, very likely that there's a blob inside here. He wants to move this forward here. Needs more infantry support here. And the Panzerjäger, the question is why? He fears that his spawn will be rushed. Finally, a Focke-Wulf 190 can be used for strafing as well, but there's one Polston, and he redirects it. Take out to save the Jäger. Changes again. Jäger Pioneer fighting against the air landing. Yeah, does not have. Yeah, could go either way. (1311). Zol Midura is hanging in there. This is actually where he could push, but obviously you don't see, you know, what the opponent has. The loss of the Stück was very unfortunate, I think. A bit unfortunate, but yeah, devastating for Zol Midura. Okay, we see another Stück. Incredibly aggressive deployment of the Polsten here. Really cool how he uses this kind of opening here. He could go for some strafing, but he does not. The Jäger Pioneer goes down. He took one air landing with him. This is actually a good position for this unit, but now if the Tetrarch goes into battle, that's actually where the Henschel could have been used. And yeah, the Tetrarch moved forward, and there's the flag grab, and there's now also AA and 2 mortars. Double radio mortar going for the MG42. But here you can see how it's just tickling the Focke-Wulf. The German 20 mils will get buffed, a price buff. They will go down to 35 points, and I'd imagine this goes down to 35 points as well. It'll still be shit. And imagine it's like 6 availability unvetted, and it does have radar trade, so it's actually better than the German 20 mil. So maybe it will stay at 40, I don't know. Stück here is chilling. If you have tanks, it's easier said than done. You're kind of supposed to use them to do something with them. Focke-Wulf going down to the Tempest and the double Polsten. Mainly the Tempest. That's hurting. Now double howitzer going for this. Now the thing is, I think that Zol Midura is a newer player because he doesn't know how the frontline system works. The frontline is always between, in the center. Oh, very good kill here. The frontline is always between your unit and the closest enemy unit, in the middle. As you can see here, the frontline is kind of in the middle. And if the frontline is here and his closest units are here, here, and here, it's impossible that an enemy unit is in here. Would have been somewhere here, like this Tetrarch was. Here you can also see the distance between the Jäger and the Tetrarch. Basically the frontline is more or less in the middle. And that's how you can estimate where an enemy could be or could not be. It's not just the location. In Warno, for example, you wouldn't know because there's no frontline mechanic. Yeah, so this is basically now 90 wasted points. Also, the Stück is now scared because of what happened to the other Stück. Now this starts moving a bit. I think that maybe Zol Midura kind of rightfully noticed that he won't be able to push so much that it'll be 12-12 or even 13-11 for him. What you can do as well is you can shift queue orders. You can shift queue attacks as well with the plane. No, so he maybe wants to consolidate his position, somehow survive B phase, and then bounce back. But if you don't apply pressure, oof, this might go down. Okay, it survives. If you don't apply pressure, your opponent can dictate the game. It's like in real life. Good micro here. Maintain line of sight. Mortars, manual counter battery on the mortars. That's pretty good. But apparently he potentially did not group them and give them a number. Now the strongest part for Royal Musketeer will be kind of like point-wise the end of B phase and then early C phase. There he will have the most point advantage. Luck feeling here. Yeah, but oh, he got pushed out here. Yeah, and those units, they won't do the trick. It's 59. The double tick is something that Zol Midura needs to stop. And this is just guessing here, I think. And now more and more units are pouring in. Unrated flak feeling can't take out a bad resilience plane, unfortunately, for the flak feeling. Tempest going for the Stuk. Not protected now. Flak feeling is opening fire. Forcing it back. Good movement here, but taking some damage, I presume. No, looks okay. Just stressed. Very defensive unload. Jäger was deployed a bit defensively. Howitzers going for this Tetrarch. Now Zol Midura quickly needs to win this flag and stop the double bleed. Puck winning against the landing. Another Tempest. Forced back. With the Tetrarch now, can the Panzerjäger maybe do something? Bit far away, he needs to move it forward. Otherwise the Sturmjäger will die. It's falling back, no infantry support, good micro. In the north, there's no infantry unit to hold the flag, because recon units don't change the front line. Nothing has happened here for quite a long time, but now Royal Musketeer is pushing here. Flag flips back. 14-10. So this gives Zol Midura a lifeline. Tempest going for the puck. Undefended. And then the Air Force Division will just pick you apart. Might go down though. There's no leader unit in the deck, and now a leader could do wonders buffing both of those AA pieces to Veterans U1. The Cromwell now on the field, and there's no... Oh, the flak filling might go down. And there's no Stuk. Well, there's one Stuk here. He really needs it now against the Cromwell. Should win easily. Still 14-10. Nebelwerfer strike into this. Or over here would be fantastic now for Zol Midura, I think. Now this is a good range for the Jäger. Stuk supporting here quite nicely. Now they are not the most fantastic ranged unit with just a Bren. But yeah, he's falling back. Wolf going for the kill. Really good kill here, and there's a surrender as well. Typhoon going for the Stuk. That will be devastating if it hits. But it's just about forced back. But the Stuk 3 here goes down. Will it go down? Presumably not. Yeah, it's really tricky. Despite the one veterancy. 14:10. 13 minutes left. We're about to reach C phase. So I'm sure we will see a massive push here. This push was kind of blunted. That was well played by Zol Midura. And there will be another push up here for sure. He will try to close in onto this flag, in my opinion. He might succeed, but another Air Force strike, taking out units. The flak feeling knocked back into position. Yeah. Not enough A. It's in a really bad spot now. The forest is way too close. He has to move it here or here. They are all out in the open, so he needs to move his Sturmjäger forward to make all those, and also the Jäger plane has to make all those MG42s count before they reach the building. There's a Polston, that's a good target for artillery. In comes this. Yeah, now the flak filling has been moved, good. The blob is still passive, but it's 16-8. Because this flag flipped, this flag flipped. Jäger goes down. He needs to urgently move his units here. And 6-pounder is dangerous. He needs to move a bit forward. This is totally out of range. Okay, he's moving. Reckon coming in, good call. Trying to go for the church. Might be better sometimes to unload behind it. You never know what's there. 15-9. Attack is happening. Now this is the range for the Sturmjäger. But unfortunately this is just a Jäger. And then against a commando unit with double LMG and good rifles, and now several units, triple star here. This Jäger doesn't stand a chance. Taking out one unit here. One guy of this one unit. You can see how you can actually suffer if you don't start killing those planes early on. It's getting really painful. Little John hunting the flak feeling, but taken out by the flak feeling just about. Angela went for the Musketeer truck, but it actually died already. Good little push here. We are in the strong phase for Zol Midura, but he needs to bring the points onto the battlefield now. The Jäger is 20 points, so 60. He can bring like 3.5 or almost 4 Jägers in addition to whatever Zol Midura can bring. Now, unfortunately for Zol Midura, though, the Centaur has arrived. Yeah, and yeah, he needs to move forward now. He needs to stop the double bleed. CQC here against the against the Tetrak is not a good idea. Bit too close. Thing is, it's only 75mm penetration, but at point blank range, You get some good shots, can get some good shots as well. 59. And we see all those double-vetted Daimler Little Johns. And the Stück misses despite being double-vet. That's very unfortunate. 14:10, 4 minutes left. But Zol Midura needs to find 4 flags. Where can he find them? He could find them here, but he'd need more than this. He's got 2 Stücks here and an IG gun. I think it would be possible, and the puck. It would be possible to push here. He's going for this flag, which is also a good call. Another Stück here as well. There comes 17 pounder, which will annihilate the Stück. Now this Henschel was kind of pointless throughout the game. Three minutes left. Will we see a comeback? Stück needs to go. Stück needs to go. Puck needs to go. It's firing across the map. Valid target, but the distance is tough. Trying to clear out the AA. Oof. This is devastating. No single unit, not a single unit will go down, and there's the GG. I think it wasn't quite over yet, but the plane sealed it. So Royal Musketeer, I can't see the stats. We can see Zol Midura's stats, and he's actually 0. Yeah, he's new to multiplayer, it would seem. He's got a 341 hours in skirmish games. Yeah, he's new to multiplayer. So huge respect to Zol Midura for joining the multiplayer community. And here you can see that he actually traded quite nicely. And obviously, this is then basically his kind of like first ever tournament or league. And multiplayer plays different to single player, and that explains some of the choices, I think, like the Recon vehicle, KFZ4, or maybe he's a returning player and it kind of reset and used to be good. That's also possible, even before my time. Yeah, but interesting game. If you look kills, yeah, the Tempest, Blue Champ, Ox and Bugs are really good. Tempest again. And then MG42. Henschel not really worth its costs. This Sturmjäger was insane. Oko was doing a good job here. Gebirgsjäger actually got some howitzer kills. That's pretty nice. And then here the Henschel bomber got some kills as well. Close game. I'm not sure if I'm going to cast the other one as well. Depends. I want to try to cover most, or if possible, all players at least once. So, but maybe we shall see. It was an interesting game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.